Hi everybody. So today I thought I would try a mixed media piece. I got this from the latest stamp show from Technique Junkies. It is called Tidepool Starfish. And I thought, wouldn't it be neat to kind of make this look like a beachy scene? So I have an idea in my head. I haven't tried it out yet, but we're going to try it out. So the first thing I'm going to start with is some VersaFine Clair Acorn ink, which is it's a medium brown ink. I'm going to do the whole page, whole stamp, and I do have it mounted. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Sorry about that. I do have it mounted in my Mini Misty. And I just want a light coating of this. And by the way, I am using Strathmore mixed media paper. I have cut this in half, so it is 4 inches wide. Let's see how it works. This is a pretty thick paper too. It's heavyweight. It doesn't say what the weight is. 400 series. All right, so that's pretty cool. Like you can see that there is something in the background there. Now I'm going to wipe my stamp off and I'm going to go in with some other colors. And that's because I really want it to pop. So I'm going to start with trying to get my little sponge daubers here to use. Okay, so these are little Fantastics coloring tools. And now I'm going to switch over to Fantastics Fantasia, which is a dark purple. And I'm just going to kind of use the image over here as my guideline, but I want to turn that starfish into this purple color. So I'm just taking my Fantastics, the little tool here, and just coloring in the areas of that starfish. Okay, let's see how that stamps out. Okay, gave it a little bit of color. I'm going to go in there and darken it up a little bit more. All right, so now you can kind of differentiate the brown from the purple. I think one more time to get a little bit more color into those detailed areas. All right, I really like the way that looks. Okay, so we're going to leave that alone. And then we want to clean up our stamp. So for those of you who asked, how do I get like really tough stains out of stamps? I have this little scrubby brush. This is from Close to My Heart. And it does a really good job of some soft bristles of getting in there and getting into the finer areas and getting that ink out of there. I also have a soft brush similar to this, a nail brush that I use to clean my stencils, but you can see it really gets into the stamp, into those smaller areas. And if you're really concerned about that staining, gets a lot of that out of there. And again, that's a little scrubby from close to my heart. Okay, now for this bigger starfish, I wanted to go a little more bold. I'm going to get a new Fantastics little thingy out here. This one is a fine tip one. And for this one, actually, you know what? I think I need a finger dauber just because of how big it is. Let's get a finger dauber. And for this one, I just wanted to use the bigger starfish, and I'm going to use the color Purple Delight for this one. Okay. Which really is like a purple. Okay. So it's kind of hard to see, but you're just going to dab that into the starfish. Because this is a pigment ink, it does give you a few minutes to work with the ink, so you don't have to worry about it drying out like a dye ink would. And you could do this method with markers if you have stamping markers, of course. Alright, so either my paper moved or I moved. I'm going to have to try that again. Too much wiggling. We lost some of our definition there. Okay, so it's got some color to it. I don't like how it moved and I lost some of the definition, but that's okay because the next part is actually going to be the fun part. All right, so take that, move that out of the way. All right, so then for the next part of this, it's going to be making it look sandy and with water per se. So to do that, I have some sand here. This is from Creekbank Creations. It's called Summer Beach. It used to be that they sold the sand with the glue or the epoxy already in there. Now they sell it separately like this so that you can mix it yourself. And I'm just going to kind of put that around our starfish so that it looks like we have this kind of beachy scene. And to do that, I'm actually going to use some Glossy Accents. You can see my Glossy Accents is very old, but still works out. And I'm just going to randomly put it in these areas here. Like, I'm not going to make it super neat, because we want it to look like the, you know, the ocean waves are kind of crashing over this design. So we want this part to just look really kind of sandy. Might put some areas of random sand. Real sloppy, nothing neat about it. Alright, and I have a little coffee filter to pick up that extra sand. And all we're going to do is dump it on. do not want to dump that all over your desk. Okay, so then at this point, I would allow this to dry. And then what I'm going to do after it's dry is I'm going to go in with some, I want to do like this watercolory kind of wash over it. So at that point, then I would just put some almost like a grayish brown undercoating under here. I probably should have done that first, but I didn't think about it till just now. And then go back in and add a couple of bubbles of the Glossy Accents around the sand and kind of make it look foamy, you know. And then cut this down and make it into a card. So that is our little sandy beach mixed media piece using the Tidepool Starfish background and coloring it in with a couple different colors, and then using some sand from Creekbank Creations to make it really sandy looking. Okay. If you guys have any questions about anything I did, post it down below. I will post a picture once I'm done on my Instagram and my Facebook, which is Nancy Stamps 15, the number 15. So Nancy Stamps, the number 15 at Facebook and also at Instagram if you guys want to check out what the finished product is going to look like. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, keep on stamping. Goodbye.